All right, guys, we're sitting down at my desk downstairs because I want to talk about laser engraving and how easy it is to get a laser engraved gun and how to set it up, how to actually order one, because we have some people with some questions. So the easiest way to do it, we've made it super simple where there's actually a laser engraving category now where you can go to it and just add that to your cart. So we're going to pick a gun. Let's just pick a, we'll pick a CS2. So we'll go to guns. We'll go down here to Planet Eclipse, to the CS2s. And we're going to pick a, let's see here, a black and red. That seems to be one of the most popular colors. We're going to just add that to the cart. So now our cart has one gun in it. And now we're going to go to continue shopping. We're going to go to the menu again. And if you look closely down here, there's now a laser engraving category, which is ansgear.com/laser. If you just wanted to go directly to it. Once we're in that page, you can see the different kinds of artwork that we have, and you can just add that to the cart also. So if you wanted the CS2 with the Viking print on it, we could add that to the cart. Now, since the artwork is set up generically for every gun, it's going to be slightly different for every gun shape. So if you're getting a CS2 or you're getting a Lux Ice, or you're getting some other gun, an Axe Pro or something like that, we're gonna have to modify the artwork slightly to fit that gun. But rest assured, we're gonna keep the general idea of the gun intact, so you're not gonna get something that's not what you wanted. So we've got that in there. If we check our cart right now, so we'll add this to the cart. So we check our cart, we've got a laser engraving design for Viking and a Geo CS2 in black red. We would check out. One thing I wanna add in there, it's say you wanted 2 guns done and you wanted 2 different engravings on 2 different guns. You would need to put that into the order notes and say, I want this gun to have this engraving and this gun to have that engraving, but make sure you add each one into your cart. So you'd have 2 guns and 2 laser engravings in the cart. All right, so then we would check out and you would go through the whole thing of placing your order, and once your order is placed and verified, an order would be generated, kind of like this one right here. So what I would do is this order would then come over to me, and we're gonna go get this gun out of the gun room. So this particular order happens to be for a Daniel, and this is a Midnight CS2, getting actually the Viking print on it. So let's go pull this gun out. So we come over to all the CS2s, we pull a Midnight out of there. And now before I can put this onto the engraver, we do need to pull some stuff off of it. We want to pull the grips off of it because we don't want to put the rubber grips through the engraver. So we're just going to take it over to the table here. We're going to pull this out. We're going to pull the grips off here. There and there. Now the next thing I want to take off is the stickers from the factory. I don't want to burn those in the engraver, so I'm just going to nicely cut them. They're going to stay in the box. I don't want to lose these stickers because this has the serial number on there and all that stuff. The same thing I would do if I was doing a color swap on one of these guns. I would cut these off and leave them in the box so that the customer can see that they were on there. All right, third one, I have to remove this sticker from the top. Because again, if we put this through the engraver, it's just gonna burn and melt the sticker. And nobody's gonna wanna see that on their gun. At least I don't think anybody would wanna see that on their gun. All right, so now we're set. One thing I always check on these guns is to make sure that the feed neck is lined up properly on the body. You don't want it set to the side and get that engraved like that. That the lever's on there properly. And all right, here we go. So let's go into the laser room. All right, so this is the laser room in here. You guys have seen the laser room before. We've got a bunch of templates, as you can see, for all guns. This is a Shocker RSX, M3, snipers. That's an Axe Pro one that we're working on over there. So it makes it really easy to size or to make sure that the artwork is gonna fit the gun properly. So over here right now, the CS2 one is in the machine. And you can see the cutout for this is the left side of the gun. So what I have to do here is I don't want to engrave the plastic eye retainer clip. So I'm going to remove it and put the eye cover back in. And then I'm going to lay this down on my template. I'm going to make sure that it fits within the outline and that it is even on all sides. It isn't one more than on one side than the other. So that way I know that the artwork is going to be centered on the middle of the gun and properly on there. All right. So once that's in there, I can just slide this up into the corner. Make sure that it's fit inside there. And I already have a predetermined focus levels that I'm going to use, and it's already set up at the appropriate original focus level. So that's going to go in there. Turn on our vent system. Now, I need to come over here and actually put the Viking artwork into the program here. So I was working on one of the kamikazes earlier, so I need to remove that out. And we're going to bring in the Viking. So we're on the left side of the gun, I want to make sure. So this is the left side of the Viking art. You can see it right there. Now we're going to go ahead and print that and send that over to the laser engraver. Make sure that all my settings are correct. And all right, so the print is sent over to the engraver, but the engraver won't start printing until I tell it to. So we're gonna set up the camera so that we can get a shot from the top of the engraver so you guys can see that go. So let's get that set up. All right, so the gun is in the engraver. It's on the tray right there. We've got our height set properly. So we're gonna start it. We're gonna need to run a couple different passes because obviously the gun is not flat. There are many different levels, many different focal planes for this gun. So we have to run probably between 5 and 7 different passes in order to get the gun covered in all areas and on all sides. So the first one is set up, it's ready to go. Here we go. And we'll check back in later when the gun is finished. so we're in the engraving room and we are gonna just do one final last little pass on this gun. I want to do a little bit more on that top feed neck right there, so we're just gonna run it real quick and get that last little bit at the top right there. Then we'll pull it off of the machine and we'll put the grips back on it. We'll put the eye cover latch back on it. We will gas it up real quick to make sure that it's firing, shooting, no leaks, and then we'll box it back up and get it out to the customer. You can see that it's getting the top of that feed neck right now. We're just going to go as far as the lever because that's the highest point on the gun right now, so that's all I'm worried about is just the lever. I want to make sure that that gets fully engraved and looks clean. All right, so that's that. We're going to stop it. We're going to reset it. I'm going to pull that out of there. All right. So we're going to pop the eye cover off real quick. I'm going to put the latch cover back on, eye cover back in, and close it so now our eye covers won't fall off. All right, let's go put our grips back on. All right, so we'll put our front grip on. Make sure that fits up there nice and snug. Get our rear grip on. All right, that's good there. Now let's go grab a tank. Rube, can you throw me my tank real quick? Thank you. No leaks. All good. All right, so that's it for that. We're going to take this gun, we're going to turn it off, put it back in its box, close it up. I'm going to put one final sticker on this that says Laser Engraved Viking on it, and we're going to ship it out to the customer. So there you go. That's a rundown on how a gun gets laser engraved. You can see the time that it takes to do. It's not a quick process. That's why we always ask for a day to get it done, because it definitely takes some time. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time at ansgear.com.